Good morning, good morning. How are you? I don't know if you caught the last good morning, but good morning, good morning, good morning again. How are you? How's everybody doing? Thanks for watching the Long Island Breakfast Club Monday today, and I have the right day today. I got a bad hangover. I just drank too much water last night. But we're gonna start the show. Of course, naturally we started on Thursdays with a song, but this is a wonderful woman over here, Sydney Graham. I'm sorry, my throat's killing me. It was all from that yelling and just drinking a lot of water yesterday. Cindy, how are you, hon?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here.
Oh, no, we're very glad that you're here. So we have to start off with a nice patriotic song, and the song is going to be?
America the Beautiful.
Beautiful. It's on you.
Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain, for purple mountains, majesty above the fruited plains. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. Oh, beautiful, for spacious skies, for ever waves of rain, from purple mountains, majesty above the fruited plain. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to shining sea. America, America, God shed His grace on thee, and crown thy good with brotherhood, from sea to
Wow, 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 wow.
Cindy!
Oh, my God, you're killing me.
You are better than
Wow.
ever. Would you take more lessons in the last 6 months?
Oh, my God. I know,
You were
beautiful.
great.
It was
Welcome to the show.
I had to sing that.
Why?
Why? Because it's something that we as a country need so much.
You're right.
We are a beautiful country. Regardless of what other people outside say, we are America.
You're right.
We're beautiful, every last one of us. You, me, everyone, even those out there, we are all
You're making me
beautiful.
cry.
I'm telling you, got all emotional this
We're all
morning.
crying here. We
Anybody
all.
start the
I'm
show?
sorry.
Well, thank you for coming. We're going to talk in a little bit.
Okay.
Good morning, Greg.
Good morning, good morning,
I
good morning.
didn't
love,
see you
love.
all week, and I missed you
I know, I missed you too,
terribly.
honey, but you were so busy.
I
You
was.
didn't
But
have
guess
time
what I
for it.
found in my car?
What?
I don't know if you put it
Find
there.
everything. What is it?
What the hell is this?
Oh,
Did you put this in my car?
that's to test your battery.
I'm like,
That's
I was like, maybe he put it in my car because he wants me to be safe or something.
No, no. See? This is
Safe?
the...
Like if somebody comes to my car, I could.
Wow.
I couldn't believe it.
So what are you going to do? You're going to connect it so you don't lose it? And so when somebody does come in, you just flip it out and...
I thought you did it as a safety tool.
No.
But I cleaned my car, so I found it.
Oh, you probably found a lot of things in your car.
So it's yours.
Oh, my God.
Anyway, I
Thank
was
you, thank
laughing
you.
hysterical. So
Oh,
anyway,
my
it's
God.
good to see you. I
Good
missed you.
morning. I miss you. I mean, you were so busy.
I was. I had a lot going on, but
Did
it
you?
all worked out. Yes.
Did it? Good, 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 good.
My daughter came. I had a
Yeah,
great
how
time with her.
really?
Oh, she's coming back
I didn't
Saturday.
get to see you.
Wait till you see my place. It's all fixed, clean, organized.
Really?
Yes, she did.
God, I love you, daughter.
And welcome There you
Welcome,
go.
welcome,
We have
welcome.
a wonderful lady here today from Mad Men. Do you know what
Okay.
Mad Men is?
A bunch of mad men.
And
No.
one woman.
And, oh, that's right. I don't know, it should be 2 men and a woman. Oh,
Jessica
okay.
Denny from Mad Men will tell you what it is in a little bit, but you don't know what it is, right?
No.
See that? See,
He
I told
goes,
you.
no.
When you talk to me, Greg, you're going to find out things you didn't know.
That's for sure.
That's what we do here. And then we have Mr. Anthony Nacarado, the big shot from the Sons of Italy of all of New York State, right? Do I have that right?
Yes.
But I heard through a rumor that they used to call you Fortunato.
Well, that's my legal name.
So,
Lucky.
Fortunato, that sounds like, whoa,
That means lucky.
that means lucky.
That's
That's
right.
good. So we have to play a number today, Greg.
I know. You know what? I got to tell you, I haven't played numbers in quite some time. And you know what I got to tell you?
I
I
play.
used to get lucky, but I think that's the reason why I don't play. Because I just don't want to ruin it. So sometimes it's like, you know what? Let me play a number, and it would come out box. And I remember one time, that's the main reason that why I don't play lotto is I won the numbers. I won 4 straight. Okay, so it's $5,000. So my friend goes, oh, you know what? You're gonna have to claim that, you know, with taxes, whatever.
Yeah,
I said, what
you
are you
win a
talking?
lot.
Yeah, I said, what are you talking? No, 5,000. Yeah.
Yeah.
So all of a sudden, I said, damn, I don't want to do that. So I gave it to a friend of mine. I said, cash this. I'll give you a couple $100. He goes, sure, no problem. He went to cash it, and they took it. You know why? He owed back child support.
Oh, that's
See what I get for trying to get over? You know what I mean? Because I didn't want to, give up, $1,000.
That's horrible.
Yeah, he had child support. And he turned around and says, I'm sorry. And I was like, you didn't tell me. He goes, I didn't know.
That's
So that was my lesson, okay? That was my...
Somebody from your men's lodge won $1 million.
Really? Where is he married?
Yes.
See, there you go. There you go.
About 3-4
There you
years
go.
ago, won $1 million.
Really? Wow. See, I don't know that. If I
Beatrice,
knew who he was, I'd try to
the
meet him.
first thing that comes on, Beatrice, a dear friend of ours, she goes, are there any single men out there in the club?
Beatrice is a
I said,
beautiful Italian
she's
woman.
great.
And we're all single now, unfortunately.
Yeah, so I have like the singles corner in the club. I swear to you, when you come here, there's like 2 big tables. Guys, you got to come down. Now I can tell you to come down.
And they're all ages,
Yeah.
and they're all, a lot
That's
of
right.
them,
You have everything there. I'll
one
tell
nicer
you.
than the other.
Yeah, that's right.
Well, do you know that the Sons and Daughters of Italy has a singles group?
No, what is it? I want
I
to
can put you in.
Didn't you learn this already?
go. I didn't know that. See,
I
you
did
told
too.
me.
I can tell you who to call and you can join.
Okay, I'm gonna. Because,
They
I
go
like
everywhere.
Italian, I like Italian, so.
Yeah, they go to operas and shows and then out
Well,
to
I do
dinner.
go to the plays and stuff on the bus
Okay.
with Mildred and
Yeah.
our group, but I'd like to go on the singles group.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll talk about that later.
Isn't that so?
So let's talk to, let's.
Jess, by the way, before we even start,
Oh, yeah, what?
today is International Peace Day, World Peace.
Wow.
Yeah,
So,
that's great.
that's really important, and you singing this patriotic
Yes, it's so
song.
good.
I got to tell you something. When I was in the Marine Corps, I miss every day. I wish I should have. I should have stayed. And whenever I hear that song, I swear you
Yes.
sense chills, yeah.
Right.
And it's like I sit there and I say how lucky everybody really, really is, to be here. Even though they say, we have the freedom to speak, and sometimes, where they say we have the freedom, but we can get in trouble if we do. But there are other countries, they if they whisper it, they're dead. If they whisper something against the government, So I just always say, really, really, thank God. Thank God for everything that you have. And I want to know who wrote that song. Who is it? Anybody know that? You got to look it up. See who wrote. Yeah, somebody will give you an answer.
Yeah,
back.
we'll get an answer. Everybody's writing in.
yeah. So,
we're writing in.
Yeah, I'd like to know who.
It's so amazing.
I mean, there's 50 trillion people that sing it, but I want to know who the
Right.
writer was.
But here's the crazy thing. From elementary through college, I was an honor guard. Not honor guard, but honor guard.
Color guard.
Color guard.
Color guard,
sorry.
right?
Telling my age. But we had to learn this. Actually, even though we know a Star Spangled Banner as being the national anthem, there's actually like around 10 to 15 anthems that we sing. America the Beautiful is one of them, and that's my favorite one. Then we have My Country 'Tis of Thee.
Really?
Yeah,
Put
there's so
the
many.
mic a little bit closer. Just the mic a little bit closer.
How about
Yeah,
that?
perfect. There we go.
Okay.
Everybody wants to hear you. I already got a mic check already.
Yes, I was saying that America the Beautiful is my favorite one because it's something about it. It's just the lyrics is so powerful. As a national, not national, but as a color guard, we had to learn around 10 different anthems. And so that's one of my favorite ones. And My Country 'Tis Thee, Sweet Land of Liberty. And there's another one, This Is My Country. And believe it or not, Glory, Glory, by the Hymn of the Republic, that's considered one of the national
Is it?
Yes. It's not a national anthem,
Right,
but considered
okay.
an anthem, yeah.
Okay. Isn't that something? Look at my lady right here.
Yeah.
Since I never got to go visit her,
Oh.
there was a very dear friend, Susan Pinckney, turned around and said, listen, since you can't go to the lady, she brought the lady to me.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's
I
beautiful.
swear, it really is. It really, really is.
And it's got a bottle of liquor on the bottom.
Yeah. Look, Italian men and liquor, that's all she cares about. That's the truth. Italian men and liquor. That's
Not
what they
really,
say.
I don't really drink. I just have an amaretto once in a
Yeah,
while.
that's it. Yeah, okay, you'll see. Mark my words. Jesse, how are you? I know we met, there was a Kiwanis meeting in Belmore. And all of a sudden when I went to go see a dear friend Andrew, he's the president of Belmore Kiwanis. And he says, listen, I need you to meet somebody. So I was like, for what? He says, no, just come on down. All of a sudden I came down, they had a meeting, and all of a sudden I see a woman like dressed as a barber, and I see Mad Men, and I go, is it now I'm thinking, is this some kind of prank or something, or is he gonna like shave my head, you know? And I met this beautiful young lady, Jessie, and all of a sudden I was asking, and I said, well, why is she here? And then all of a sudden you're gonna tell a story, and then I was like, oh, okay. So, yeah, tell your story. I don't want to ruin it, so you.
No. All right. Well, I'm Jessica. I'm from Mad Men Barbershop. I'm one of the owners, and we've been in Wandsworth for about 8 years. We have a second location in Williston Park, and the community really has supported us through the last 8 years. We're a small business. I'm a small business advocate. I like to help other businesses and show them the ropes and how to open, how to brand their companies and their ideas. And during COVID, right before our business was shut down, we have some manufacturing connections that called us and said, hey, listen, our warehouse is being repurposed. We're going to start manufacturing surgical masks. And this is in the beginning of March. So do you want some? And we were on the verge of, shutting our business down because of the quarantine, and we were not going to be employed for the foreseeable future, but we thought, we have access to these masks, and the government doesn't even have them to give to the public right now. They were just concentrating on emergency workers. So we just said, you know what? We owe this to the community, and we put our own money. We ordered 100,000 surgical masks.
Whoa,
Can you believe that?
congrats.
And we started to mobilize to donate these masks to the community. We wanted them in the hands of people in our county, really,
Right.
anywhere in Nassau County. So we got the masks in, and while everyone was shutting down and quarantining, we started reaching out to all local politicians on either side of the fence. We're just like, we have these masks, help us get them to people. So we ended up donating them to Winthrop Hospital, Mercy Hospital, police departments, fire departments. We did a drive for the elderly where they could drive up and we could give them masks. We did it all over the county with tons of different organizations, Jewish community centers, churches. I can't think of them all off the top of my head, but it was such a beautiful experience
Yes.
to be able to give back to these people who've really supported our business throughout the last 8 years. It was great. We got to meet a lot of people and have conversations, and I got to talk to other small business owners who are really struggling with what to do and do they apply for loans, and they were asking me for advice, and I started to use my Instagram account to give small business advice and help other people. It was a beautiful thing that came out of a really difficult time.
Congratulations.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Thank you.
That is wonderful what you
And
did.
you know what? I was like, wow, can you give me a trim and haircut? She goes, no, I don't cut hair.
You
I
would
was
not
like,
like
what?
me if I
Yeah,
did
that's
that.
what you said to me. I don't think you really like me.
She's the boss. She doesn't cut
Yeah, that's
But I
it.
gotta tell you, I went into your store in Wilson Park with my grandson. He loves the place. And the people in that store, the men, so sweet.
Thank you.
And we took pictures and everything. And I was like, I didn't even know it was here. And now we talk about it all the time. And then when Greg told me about you, I'm like, I know the place. I was there. And my grandson loved it. He just loved it.
Thank
And
you so much.
The guys in there with the pool table.
Yep.
I mean, it's an unbelievable place. It's like a man cave, right?
Well,
Man cave.
when we opened, it was 8 years ago. The barber industry wasn't the same as it is now. It's a little more popular now. But back then, it was just these like rinky-dink little barbers you could go to that have been there forever
Right.
and never updated, or you could go to a woman's salon. And we were like, why? Why are those the options?
Right.
Let's make a better option. So we did.
Right,
And now it's like a
yeah.
lifestyle brand,
Definitely. And I'm sure you have all ages, right?
all ages.
And from
yeah.
what I know from a few of my friends that go to barbershops, I've been told that it all comes out in the barbershop.
Oh,
That's
it
right.
does.
Everything
Yeah.
comes out.
Yeah.
I swear to you, everything does.
Men like to talk just as
They
much
want
as
no, listen to
women.
me. I gotta
They
tell
don't.
you.
They want us to
I,
think
got,
they
I,
know.
I have to tell you, a very good friend of mine. Wait, before you even continue, my Dallas Cowboy fans, what did we do yesterday? What did we do yesterday? Okay, I had a friend of mine, he's an Atlanta fan, and turned around, and I gotta tell you, it was like almost like 20-0 first quarter, like a blowout, 17-0, whatever it was. And I turned around and I looked at the score, it was like first quarter, and I got depressed. I really did, I got upset. And then I said, you know what, I'm not even gonna watch the game. So I came here, I was doing some work,
You're so
and then
serious.
my son turns around and says, we won the game. When I heard that, I was like, oh my God, you don't know. Dallas, never get this, you're a Dallas Cowboy fan?
No,
You
I'm
won
not.
that.
I'm
So
just-
what are you?
I'm a Giants
No, no,
fan,
no.
so I understand.
I'm
the
not-
Okay.
underdog situation
Oh,
where you
no, no.
win at the 11th
Love it.
hour.
Do
Those
you
are
like
the
do you
best.
like football?
I like football.
So I have a Dallas Cowboy jersey for you.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you'll wear that, right?
I'm
Yeah,
alright.
yeah, but you're not a fan. That was good. It was nice. That's all. I
I
love
used
that.
to be a fan.
You used to be a fan.
Fan, yes.
What happened?
I have to stick with New York even though they're not.
Yeah, no, you know what it is? Listen, I gotta tell you, they are, New York is my second best, the second best team for me that I picked. I'm sorry. When I was a kid, I was, and I explained the story before, when I was younger, what am I doing here? Hold on, I just did a boo-boo for Cocoa Puffs here. Hold on. I knew I was doing something wrong here. Here we go. All right, sorry. Still did everything wrong. I'll fix it later. I'm sitting there and I'm watching we were kids, we're watching the game, and as we're watching the game, my brother turned around and says, what are you, a Redskin or a Cowboy? That means Washington. And I said, but as a kid, who wants to be a Redskin? So I was like, I'll be a Cowboy. And it just stuck with me ever since.
And you're
Yeah.
really true
Yeah.
blue. I mean,
Yeah.
he's a little botzo. With it. You know what that
You're
is.
fired.
But I want to go back to Jessica for a minute.
Yes.
And the men. And the reason I don't know that is that I have cut my own hair for 30 years.
Really?
I haven't been to a barber in 30 years.
You need a job?
Are you kidding?
Just,
Yeah, I'm the only human being.
okay, just move this. No, just the mic part. You're feeling your beard out. I like that. I'm
Yeah.
like, you're missing everything. You're getting everything else but that. He's like,
About 30 years ago, I was having trouble with my neck. And
Okay.
every time I went to get a haircut, they would put your neck back down. So I said to myself,
I'm
you
not
know what,
doing it
I'm going to
now.
cut my own hair. My wife says, oh, you got to cut your own hair. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. And for the last 30 years, I have not
But how do you
been
do
to a
the
barber.
back?
The only thing she does for me is she shaves it.
Oh,
But
okay.
the cut, I do all the cutting.
Very nice. Your wife shaves your back.
well, it is. You know what? I tell you the truth. I use a buzzer and a razor. See, now that I have this, I mean, I've always had just a regular buzzer. You put 1, 2, 3, whatever, and I would just turn around and I just go like this, and I use a 3-way mirror. So, and even shaving my neck, I put my hair up, and I mean, I do a pretty good job. Except the other day, well, not the other day, a few months ago, I was in a rush, and I was like, okay, and it went, zzz, and I was like, whoa, that wasn't good. I'll
No,
tell
I
you.
use a little scissor.
Well, that's pretty
Yeah.
amazing that you do your own hair. Most women do not do their own hair.
No.
Never. That's
Yeah.
not a good thing.
I would think it'd be easier for a woman than a
No.
man.
First of all, a woman's hair is like one of the most things they can spend the most money on is their hair. I have to tell you.
I know.
But,
I
you
got
know,
mine.
it is
And honestly, you know what? I have my barber. My barber turns around, and I think he charges me Well, he doesn't really charge me, but it's $14 or something like that for.
Well, you got a
No,
deal.
no, I don't pay that. But I'm saying, just I was looking at the board. I think it's like
That's
$14. No, mine's cheaper. It's free. No, but I tip 20, so I'm still paying for it. Doesn't really matter. You think I'm saving something, you know what I mean? But yeah, I turned around and then one time they gave me a shave, and that was like the worst thing because when I shave, I dry shave. So I don't put anything on. I just go like this, okay? And all of a sudden, he took out the straight edge, did the alfalfa on the barber of Seville, whatever it is, the little rascals. And all of a sudden, he starts, shaving. But now he went this way. He went up this way. He went that way. I swear to you, the next day, my face broke out with bumps.
Yeah.
Because your hair is really trained,
Yeah.
and that's just, and I didn't realize that.
Yeah.
And I turned around. It was the best shave I ever got. But boy, 3 days, my face was like this.
So, how do people, have they find you? Where are the 2 stores? You said you sold one off, so.
We had 3. We had one in the Dominican Republic that we sold in December, and then we have Williston Park, which is the one your grandson
Right,
goes
which is
to.
great, by the police
And-
station.
Yes, they're both by police stations actually. The other one's in Wantagh
They want to
on
feel
Merritt
safe.
Road.
Right?
Yeah.
That's what I feel safe.
So how do people find us? I guess we do some direct mailings to people's homes, but we do a lot of stuff on Instagram. We just love making.
Yeah, wait, I got to cut her off on this thing.
Okay.
She turns around and said to her, "You have a Facebook page?" She's like, "Yeah." Like, and I remember when I met her and I said, "Yeah, Facebook, da 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 da." She goes, "I really don't use Facebook."
Which you really should.
I did, no. First of all, in other words, she was calling us like fossils, very old.
Ah,
So that's what it is. You know what? It's older people because Facebook has been out that long. I
Right.
needed
Those
it,
were
but-
not my words.
No,
though. Those
exactly.
Were
It
your words.
worked.
No,
It
I
worked.
get it.
They were close though.
But if you
They were
have,
like, get into the times,
Yeah.
get with the times,
you can have both, right? We have both.
Yeah,
we have
yeah.
Facebook and Instagram.
Yeah, but the thing is
We
that,
have both, but I concentrate more on Instagram.
and she does crazy, you know what I just wish I had? There's a specific app, well, I mean, she'll send it to me, but she has the most craziest videos that she makes these little clips.
Wow.
You know, like on Instagram, you see something, whatever, or anything. And she,
So what's it
who
called?
comes up with these ideas? First, who comes up with these ideas?
It's called Madman Barbershop on Instagram.
Okay, because we'll have to look at that up.
My ex-husband and I actually own the shops together, and he's really creative. He loves to do marketing and fun ads, and so he conceptualizes all these ads, and then we have a team that we've been working with for years. And we used to have like a bunch of extras in it, but now we just decided to use ourselves because everyone gets a kick out of the 2 of us being in these ads together, knowing that we're divorced. So it's quite funny. Like the one I posted yesterday is me pretending to shave him. So then everyone's commenting, "Oh, she's really close to you with a razor blade," and I'm like slapping him, slapping him in the face with the shaving cream, and people just get such a kick out of it, and
Well,
it's fun to me. It's not. We don't do usual types of marketing.
Well, that's the thing. Out of the box marketing is
Yeah.
the best thing. It really is. So you're doing the right thing.
Yeah, social media has been great to us, and we do a lot of ads that way, and people think it's funny, and we have a good following, and we just continue to grow that way.
Well, Long Island Breakfast Club, make sure you get over to see Mad Men and
That's
tell
right,
them
that's for
you
sure.
saw it on the show because
And she's gonna get to cut your hair.
No, I won't do that.
She
to you, I
doesn't-
promise.
That's it.
but you can play pool, right? You can play pool.
Yes, in Williston Park you can.
Yeah, it's so neat. You really should go there someday.
It's really funny when a guy, and it is so true. When you have a guy that cuts your hair, and if he messes up, like I used to tell one of the other barbers, he used to cut my hair with a candle, a lit candle, and it's an old style. He would grab my hair and he'd go like this. Yeah, he was on the news. He was in Brooklyn. The guy was amazing. Passed away, and he goes, "I'm going to cut your hair." And he has these special candles so it doesn't drip or anything like that. And he would grab your hair, hold it, take it, go, give it to scissors. And I swear to you, everybody knew who this guy was. And all of a sudden, when another guy cut my hair, I didn't like it and I was upset. I was like, "Dude, I said to you, not too short. All right, I got a big noggin.
We don't use
bad
that
enough,
technique.
and I got to tell you, and then one day I went back and he wasn't there, but a female cut my hair, one of the other employees, and she kind of messed up my hair, made it even shorter. but it's because I couldn't get mad at it. I was like, oh, it's fine. It's fine.
Really?
I
Was that
yeah,
sweet
well,
about
yeah,
it?
because I can't get nasty like that with a woman. But I just never went. Anytime I came in and I saw, I was like, no. I'll wait. I was like, you're not going near me.
So can people just walk in?
Yeah, we take walk-ins. We have it now in Williston Park. We have a private room that we do private appointment based, but that's just one person at a time. And we actually launched that right before COVID, but now after COVID it worked out because there are some people who are still not
Yeah, a
fully
little weird.
integrated.
There's a lot of
into,
weird COVID people. I have
to
some in
back
my
into
family.
normal life. But generally we take walk-ins at both shops at all times. So you just walk in, you have a waiting list that you put your name down, and they'll call you when you're next, and that's been working out.
Yeah, it's quite impressive.
Like one of
Thank
Brian,
you.
Brian
Yeah.
Schmidt, you know Brian Schmidt?
I do.
He
yes.
goes, he writes, Jessica, you're gorgeous.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Thank you, Brian. Thank you.
Very nice. Well, we'll come back to you in a minute, but I'm telling you, I experienced it. I'm a fuss pot. I'm not easy. And I thought it was fabulous.
Thank you so much.
Right.
I
I am a
appreciate
fuss pot,
that.
you know.
Thanks for inviting me today.
Yeah,
Oh,
thank
you
you
came
for
out,
coming.
pleasure. Let me just give a quick little shout out.
Yeah. And
I forgot. The most important thing of today is Batman Day.
it's Batman
Yeah,
Day.
and I'm about, because I'm Batman. I'd lift that up if I could, but see, look, I always had, yeah.
Batman
And
Day.
in my car, when I open up the door, you know how like a car will say, I don't care, it has the little light. It says whatever the make of the car is. Mine has the Batman emblem. So it lights up. I'm like a big kid.
That's nice.
Well, for 80 years, Batman has gained popularity.
That's it.
And he
Yeah,
reflects
that's it.
somebody for justice.
Oh, thank
So-
you. If anybody didn't know that.
Well,
Okay.
Not
Anyway,
everybody
okay,
knows
Salvatore,
it.
how are you?
Not
Jenny A,
everybody
Jenny
knows
C, Saba, how you doing? Miss you. Thank you for stopping by and thank you for surprising us. And I'm glad you made it home safe.
yes, Saba. No
Yeah,
breakfast
That's
next
it.
time.
Eddie Sessa says good morning. Just a quick hello.
Good.
Regards to
morning,
all on National Peace Day.
Happy.
And Anne Marie, we had another Jenny, Anne Marie, Michelle, Brian. I did something before on my feed and I cut out a lot of people, so I'm sorry. You know me, I'm just cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Yeah,
And then
yes.
good morning, Sharon, and Brian, of course. And then we'll say, Teresa, hey guys, shout out from Wanda. Oh, that's right. Hey, Teresa, I'm sorry. You know what? How are you? I hope all is well. I didn't realize shout out from Wanda. And I said, when you're watching the show, you know, give me a shout out.
We like that because we feel closer
Yeah,
to the fans
yeah.
that way. It's a good
I don't.
feeling. I do. I like it.
She just wants to get close to the fans.
Yeah, this is true.
Okay.
So guess what today is,
Yeah.
honey? Happy anniversary to
To-
Rosemary and Peter Stats. Oh, that's how you say her name. She's from the Sons of Italy. They're married 40 years.
And never had a fight.
2344A Women's Division, Rosemary and her husband, they're away. And they're having a great anniversary.
Congratulations.
And I have this little, well, he's a man now, but this little boy, his name is Cameron. I used to babysit him in my office in the media company for years. And he turned 30 today, so I posted his baby picture when I babysit
Okay.
and his 30-year-old picture today. So happy birthday, Cameron. And George and Teresa, the author of Stained Glass.
Oh, okay.
Today is their anniversary.
And I got your link and I will post it this week, I promise you. I didn't forget you.
And Steve and Irene Litzis from the Angels, they're married 31 years today. All anniversaries today, no birthdays.
No, but oh, yeah, that's right.
A lot of people are very happily married. Isn't that nice?
Isn't that great?
That is
That's
I wish
always
I
happened, but
She's like, that is nuts.
but it's nice. It
Oh,
is.
she's happy
Can you
divorced.
please, can you
Look at-
please type in some suggestions?
It's probably a common So anyway, but yeah, so we got a lot of people writing into that today, which was nice.
I
So
gotta tell you, wait, before we continue, I want to say 5 Stone. Guys, thank you, thank you, thank you.
I missed it.
It was great. It was a great turnout. And Nick, thank you for Rusty Spur. They played country. It was really nice.
Oh,
and
my favorite guy.
yesterday was a very nice evening.
A hoot?
Everybody was outside. Everybody kept their socially distanced, you know, from everybody, and it was great. I got to tell you guys, thank you so much. There were a couple of people. They started dancing, and I felt like,
I heard.
you know, and it kind of bothered me because I didn't want to say to them,
You can't
guys, you know what, you can't. So
Yeah.
it was like 3 or 4 people, and they were all friends. And then one of my other friends turned around and goes, she goes, they're not supposed to be dancing. I said, I know, but I feel bad. I don't know what to say. She goes, I got it. She goes, get the hell off the thing, whatever. I swear to you. And everybody cleared. I was like, wow, you got a job here.
Yeah, it's very hard
You know,
to talk when you're in
yeah.
business and you have to
Yes,
kind of
Definitely.
say these things.
And you know what it is?
It is
It's
difficult.
everybody's having a drink and everybody's enjoying themselves. The music is great. And you know what? If you stand, and it's kind of hard, you have your own tent, so everybody's segregated, you know, and people stand up and dance around where their table
Table
is.
is,
That's okay.
right.
But everybody wants to get close to the band, and everybody, you know, so it was
Tough.
yeah, it was tough. Just for like a second till.
Well, we're gonna celebrate relationships here because that's what Italians do. Everybody gets a loaf of bread, and you break it at home with your
Thank
family
you.
because that's how you build a relationship. And of course, there's always the Italian cookies.
Oh, thank you.
That's
So
it.
you guys will get that today. So, Mr. Nacarado, Mr. Fortunato, all the nicknames I found out about you. Let's talk about what you do and how you brought me into the circle and how me and Greg were supposed to be in the parade on the
I
float
know.
and
No,
we're not.
I was looking forward to doing like,
I was so excited. It's on
you know,
my
that's like the
bucket
queen.
list.
That's what the queen does.
It's on my bucket list. So next year, hopefully.
I hope so. Well, this year, obviously, things are a little different than
Yes.
now. And well, what I do right now with I'm the state president of the Sons and Daughters of Italy in America.
Which is huge.
It's huge. It's got 61 lodges in New York State, and it's got in 17 states. Some of the lodges, some of the states don't have a lot of Italians, but we have 61 lodges, and from Schenectady out all the way out east, and we help a lot of people. That's the main reason why I became involved with the Sons and Daughters. When I joined, there was the Sons of Italy in America. It didn't have daughters.
Exactly.
Right,
and
right.
it wasn't because we were against women.
I hope not.
But Dr. Solero, who founded the order in 1905, he was a gynecologist in Little Italy. In Italian, it's Figli d'Italia, which means children of Italy. And you didn't want to call it Children of Italy because it sounded like a child's organization.
Right.
So they called it the Sons of Italy in America.
Mhm.
And about 5 years ago, we changed it to Sons and Daughters of Italy in America.
Which is great.
Which is great, and which it used to be Osaya, and now we changed it to Osdaya.
Now I understand the women and the men are going to congregate together now. Is
Well,
that
is
true?
that, when did that start, if you don't mind me asking? Where they had the daughters now, where the women were.
Well, the women and they had lodges that were co-ed all along, essentially from the very, very beginning, within a few years. But they had three choices. You could be a men's lodge, you could be a women's lodge, like Valentina's lodge, yours is a women's lodge.
Yes.
And you could be a co-ed lodge.
Right.
My lodge, which is Giuseppe Verdi in Syosset, was a men's lodge for 50
Ever?
years.
Mhm.
And then in 2007, we changed it to a co-ed lodge. And my wife, Mary, was the first female president of the lodge.
She was the one. Now,
Congratulations.
you know what? You know
Yeah.
what I was going to say. And so listen, I always say there's always a good woman behind, a man's success. That's a fact. Or vice versa. And you really didn't have a choice. You knew that was going to happen.
No, actually, she-
Come on. She's like, I had enough of this. Spending all the time in the kitchen.
No,
No more.
I will tell you something about the Sons and Daughters of Italy in America that's very, very important. There's a lot of non-Italian spouses in the order. And if it wasn't for the non-Italian spouses in the order, the organization would not exist. My wife is not Italian, my wife's Puerto Rican. There's Jewish spouses, there's Irish
Right.
spouses, you name it, and we have it. We also have social members. If you, any nationality could join
Right,
as a
yes.
social member, and we welcome them. And we welcome the diversity, and we've been doing very, very well with that. But the main reason that I joined the order, and I've been in the order for 42 years. It only took me 40 years to become president.
Not by choice. Not by
I
choice,
joined-
right?
I joined the order because it not only promotes the Italian culture and heritage, but it's also a very good philanthropic organization. We contribute to Cooley's anemia, the gifted sight, autism, Alzheimer's, scholarships. we give huge amounts of scholarships. Your own lodge,
Yes,
the,
we do a lot. I know,
Pacific Ladies
every
Lodge,
meeting.
you give a lot of money to scholarships, and but the national organization also gives a lot of scholarship money out every year, which we believe is a very good
And
thing.
then there's so much food.
Well,
It's ridiculous. You have to come
The
to
food,
one.
the alcohol, the men. That's all.
No, but Mildred, how old is Mildred? She's.
I won't
They cook-
tell
they
you
cook,
Mildred's
I'm sorry.
age, but I will tell you
Makes
mine.
They
everything.
cook.
She
She-
makes everything. It's unreal.
She cooks. The other day, she was talking to me. She said she made 250 meatballs.
Mildred, we love you.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's
So
amazing.
she's listening right now, I'm sure.
Oh, she's watching.
Yes,
She's watching. For
And,
sure, she doesn't miss a trick, Mildred.
but she makes everything from tripe to
I know.
Yeah, see, I gotta tell you, now, once you talk about that tripe, oh. Guys, listen to me, I love everything. I'm not a picky eater, I just pick. I'm not a big
He doesn't
sit
eat a
down,
lot.
you know, so,
No.
but I've tried tripe every which way. It's just like taking rubber band
I
and just
can't
chewing the
eat
hell out of it. And
Well, if you do it right, it
yeah,
becomes
but you know what, listen, I
very
had the
nice.
Italian way,
Yeah.
I had the Spanish way, Greek way,
You name it.
American way, yeah, it's just not my
It's
cup
an
of tea,
acquired taste.
you know?
Well, also the dues are very inexpensive to
Well, the
join.
dues,
That's why I joined.
the
this. It
dues are
wasn't
very,
a
very
big number.
inexpensive. Most lodges charge anywhere from $40 to $80. My own personal lodge, Giuseppe Verdi in Sayasa, we charge $60 and $100 for a couple, which is a nominal amount
Nothing.
of
It
money.
really isn't. It's good.
And we do a lot of things.
I know.
You know, unfortunately, we can't do what we used to do. We normally have the parade for Columbus in
Yeah.
Huntington, but we will have a wreath laying ceremony for Columbus this year.
Okay, well, we'll be there.
And you know, one of the things I do want to mention is that there's a lot of taking down statues.
I hate that.
And Columbus is one of them.
Yeah.
And what they're actually doing, and this I don't quite understand, is that they're taking a person that founded America in 1492, and they're trying to judge him by today's standards. Now that doesn't make any sense. You know, 500 years ago, the world was a totally different place.
Yeah.
And what was acceptable 500 years ago is not acceptable anymore. My own sense of it is that 500 years from now, they're going to look back at us and say, you know, those people used to eat animals? How awful that was, you know. They actually used to eat cows and chickens, and, you know. So we're going to be judged very poorly. But the Sons and Daughters of Italy is something that's very, very important to me. It's important to the organization. Everybody should be very proud of their heritage.
Absolutely. My father was drinking champagne up there in heaven because of this today. Because my father, forget it, he taught us so much about the Italians. And
You can't know where you're going unless you know where you came from.
Right, that's true.
it's very true.
So I know where I'm going after here. What is your wife cooking? Take her mic off. Get out.
He does like Italian food,
That's
but I don't cook anymore. I pass my baton.
so every time. You know what? Listen,
So
I love everything, and I'm French and Italian. And the thing is, pizza I don't eat anymore
Yeah.
because I got to tell you, I ate so much pizza when I was a kid, and that I don't know. I mean, every day it was like 2-3 slices. You know, and of course, in school there was a Gino's Pizzeria. God bless the man. He never charged me. Wouldn't charge me.
You were
The
lucky.
nicest guy.
He's very
would
lucky
never-
they don't charge him for his haircuts. They
Yeah,
don't charge him. I mean,
yeah,
there was I get
yeah.
charged for everything.
Yeah, of course. He's got that face everybody adores.
No, stop.
We all love him.
No.
He
No,
made
the,
a home for the Breakfast Club. We did not have a home for 13 years. The government didn't help us. The town didn't help us. He helped us.
Well, good for you, Greg.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So how do people join your lodge? I know how they join
Well-
my lodge. They just call me.
You know
Well,
all
you know,
the,
the
I'm sorry,
best
do
thing to do.
you know all the presidents in all the clubs?
I pretty much do. I happen to have a decent memory.
Bruno, I don't know if Bruno was the president of Franklin Square.
That's who, Bruno.
Yeah, Bruno.
Oh,
Bruno Fruit from the funeral.
yeah, if Franklin
Yeah,
Funeral
Franklin
Home.
Square. Yeah.
Yeah, Frank, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Him,
His
I
wife is
love
part
him.
of our lodge.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
you
knew
got me to
I
join.
knew his father very, very well.
Yes.
and his mother's name's Maria,
Yes, and she's in Omaha.
and she's in your lot.
Right.
Well, how do you join? The best way to do it, and I brought this with me only because I do have a lot of numbers in my head, but the best thing to do is to get a hold of the Grand Lodge of New York, which was closed for a while, but now it's open again. I'll leave a message, and the number is 516-785-4623. I'll repeat it, 516-785-4623. And the other is to go to the website, which is NYSOSIA. So remember what I said, the Order of Sons of Italy in America, the original. So it's NYSOSIA.org. And you can get all the information that you want.
Yes, and then you could also call Rosemary in the Lindbergh, and you can email me and I can get in touch with her
Yes.
to join.
There's lodges everywhere.
Yeah.
We have 16 in Nassau County, and we have 11 in Suffolk County, and then we have in Westchester,
Right.
all the way up to Schenectady, Syracuse, Binghamton, Endicott, you name it.
Yes.
If anywhere you live in New York, you can find Sons and Daughters of Italy in America.
Is there any fundraiser going on right now, being that you're not getting together?
Right
'Cause
now,
I know it's a
I
tough one.
actually had come up with this idea before this pandemic. We're putting together, it's our 115th anniversary, and I had come up with the idea of doing a commemorative journal, and it's going to be called This Is Us. Now, I'm not a TV person, I don't
Oh,
watch
like
TV.
the show? I love that
But,
show.
so when I said it to my wife who watches TV,
I'm
she
sure
knows
loves
every
it.
show.
Yeah.
I don't, but she says, there's a show called that. I said, I don't know that.
Yep.
But the real name of the commemorative journal, and it's going to come out right before Christmas, is This Is Us in Italian, Questa siamo noi.
What's the
This
sun
is-
good on it? Very nice.
And I'm not looking for funeral homes and gas
Want
stations, and
positivity
I'm
things?
looking for people. I'm hoping people put their
I don't think you're gonna get many people from a funeral home.
Well,
They're not
you know,
like a lot of people.
well,
What do you mean? You want
People-
pictures of
in other
families?
words, when we have a dinner dance or we have a fundraiser, a lot of the businesses get involved. Like she might want to take a page in that, and
Right.
to promote her business, and that. But this here is Questa siamo noi, means this is us. This is about us. So I want I'm going to be married 50 years next
Okay,
year.
so you want personal.
I want
ones.
personal things. What I did in my own page that I'm going to take, I have a picture of Mary and I about 30 years ago. I have
And
a
now.
picture of us now, and then I have a picture of my entire family.
Oh, that's
And
nice.
I called it yesterday, today, and tomorrow.
That's nice.
I like that, I like that.
I really like that.
And the wife thought of that.
And
Look. Look. Here we go.
she picked the
Look,
picture.
you see?
And
I like that.
so we're doing that, and we're making up for the golf outing, which we were in
Right.
do, because we usually do very well in the golf outing. We had to get rid of the gift of sight, and like I said,
Well, you bring it back when you start having the
we
business.
will. Well, we did a month ago. We went out to Smithtown, the gift of sight committee and myself, and we gave a check for $25,000
Very nice.
to the American Guide Dog Foundation, so they can buy a van to transport blind and visually impaired
Mhm.
people
Very nice.
and dogs back and forth. And 5 years ago, we gave Helen Keller a van right down the street here in Hempstead
Yeah, right on the corner.
for 16 passengers.
Very
That's
nice.
great.
You guys do great
So
work.
nice.
It's a great place. I'm telling everyone, join the Sons and Daughters of Italy because it's great. And now we're going to be together, right?
The,
No more separate lodges,
well,
right?
your lodge is going to become a co-ed lodge,
Woo!
and frankly, it's about time.
That's going to be great, guys. We're going to have men now, too.
You're going to have magic.
It was well worth the fee that I have to pay.
Right now,
The
it's
membership
called.
fee.
Right
Alright.
now, it's called the Pacific Ladies Lodge and the Pacific
Percepra,
Men's
right.
Lodge. But it's going to become one, and
That's good.
it's going to happen
That's
under
good.
my presidency, and I'm very happy.
You should be. That's great idea. So remember I told you you're going to learn something from the Breakfast Club? Do you know what kombucha is?
Kombucha, no.
Well, Greg couldn't answer that. What is kombucha?
Oh, it's an alcohol. It's a drink.
It's a drink. So he didn't know what it was.
She takes one of my coasters and just comes up with. I don't know.
Did you know what it was?
No, I still don't.
I still don't.
Explain it.
You know what? This is when sometimes just
Kombucha is
Oh,
a drink.
my
It's an alcoholic beverage. So now you know. It's called Tura. T-U-R-A.
that's the
Kombucha.
name of it. That's
Yes.
the name of the
So
drink.
And how do you
next
make
time-
it?
That's
You
not
have a
like it's
drink.
no. It's,
It doesn't
just
work.
let that.
It
Please,
doesn't
let,
make
let's
itself.
just pretend we didn't hear that one.
No, I'm telling how you make
No,
it.
it's not Jamaican. It comes like that. It's already. It's just an alcoholic beverage.
All right,
That
so
you use.
let's-
That's all
Oh, it
it
comes
is.
in a bottle.
It's
Yeah, so now you
yeah,
learned something
that's
new,
all.
right? He's going to try it next time he has it
Let's see
instead
if
of
we can
bar.
find something new under here. Let's find something. You know what? 19. I got it.
Thank you,
Oh,
Anthony.
I want to thank Jenny. Jenny turned around and said, "America the Beautiful" was written in 1895 by Catherine Lee Bates. Thank
Very
you.
nice.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jenny
Thank
C.
you.
And this is for you, Mr. Nacarado. This is St. Anthony. Keep you safe.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Cindy, let's get to you.
So, are you involved in anything? Like the church?
Oh, are you
You
kidding?
name it.
United Nations, WABC News,
Okay,
the
okay,
Knicks.
let us speak, please. Thank you. Tell us.
Besides singing, I'm also a semi-retired teacher. I work with, right now I'm doing tutoring for parents who don't want their kids to go to the actual school,
Right.
and that needs help with virtual learning because it's good, but then you have some students that still feel left behind because it's virtual. So I'm doing that now. I'm also working with adults and helping them get the high school diploma, not the GED, but high school, New York State high school diploma.
That's wonderful.
And so my church has a program, and another school has a program for that. What else? Last year was 2019 was so great, and some of the stuff that Valentine is talking about was supposed to happen again this year, but of course because of the pandemic. So last year, yes, I had a chance to sing. Well, I sing with the Stellar Awards Choir for New York Fellowship Mass Choir. We sing all over the country. And also, I wrote a song for the New York Fellowship Children's Choir, and they made it to the Stellar Awards. Stellar Awards is like the gospel version of the Grammys, so that's big.
Is it
Wow,
really?
congratulations.
So I'm
Nice.
excited for that. Last year I sung for the Star Spangled Band with the New York Fellowship Choir, with for the Rangers, and then also I never even knew that we had something called the Long Island Nets.
Yes, he was
Yeah,
on. They
yeah.
were on the show a few
Yeah,
weeks ago.
I've seen the tickets.
Oh wow! So
Yeah,
it was
they're great.
weird
These
because
guys
they
are
kept
great.
saying we had to sing at Nassau Coliseum. Wait a minute, that's not the Nets. And then like, yeah, that's like.
Well, what it is that the Brooklyn Nets, it's called the G League. Everybody, it's like the baseball teams have minor leagues. Well, this is like a minor league for the basketball and for the NBA. So you'll see guys on the Brooklyn Nets, they bring them down and then they bring them up back and forth. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Yes.
it's really amazing and they're really, really nice. I love the Nassau Coliseum. I love the way they treat my son and I.
Oh.
I don't want to say it's for free. But they take
I
good care
took
of
that
me.
for granted.
So that means you're excited about the new stadium.
Yeah,
I'm sorry?
the new
The
stadium.
Oh.
They're building it so fast. I don't live far from there. But I'm excited. I love hockey.
Do you really?
Yeah, we're gonna go.
Really?
We go.
Yes.
We go once in a while.
Women just don't, I mean, just in general, I don't know many women except Sylvia, which I love you, and I'm so happy to see you last week. You don't know, she turned around, and I don't have TV here. I mean, like TV channels. Nobody comes here to watch TV. So I have the Roku and whatever, all the live streaming
Right.
stuff, and I couldn't get the game on, and she was really upset. I was like, Sylvia, I've known you all these years. And I never knew I know she loves her, her football. But I just don't know many women that like hockey.
Well, I like it now because you took me to the
Yeah,
game.
no, I
I went to
understand
my
that.
first
Well,
game
it's different.
last
You know what?
year.
I have to say, it is so different
much
when
fun.
you go to a game than watching a game.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
let me tell you, the reason why I didn't like hockey, because when I was younger, I must have been about 8. My uncle now, back there, my uncle put these 2 pads on me, strapped them on, my legs, gave me these gloves about right here, and then the Jason mask, because that's what the hockey mask was,
Yeah.
that little thing, and he put like 3 sweatshirts on, and he goes, "You're the goalie." Now this is a grown man, for crying out
Oh,
loud.
scary.
And there's him and his friends I'm standing there like this, holding the stick, and pucks are coming everywhere. I mean, I'm marked up, and so I really kind of hated it. He loved hockey so much that when it was cold, he would take buckets of water and throw it in the backyard on the concrete to kind of make it ice. That's how he was a nut.
Crazy.
So I didn't like hockey until I went to my first game years back. A friend of mine had season tickets, and I
And you
didn't.
got it for free.
And I got it for free. So he turned around, and he it was like right by the corner. And when I saw the game live, oh my God, the fighting, the board with these guys, yeah. And you know what? I definitely enjoyed it.
I got hooked on it from the movie.
Really? Which movie? The
I
guy.
think it's the one with Paul Newman.
Slap
Yes.
shot.
That's how I got hooked
Slap shot.
onto it.
Wow.
It was either that or either roller derby.
Right.
Well, I want to tell you that you look wonderful. I know you're struggling through a cancer survivor, and you're doing great. Look at how much you've done, and just since I've seen you a year ago,
Yes.
and you look fantastic. So we are rooting for you,
Thank you.
and I know you're going to be fine because every time I see you, you look better and better.
Well, one of the things, besides singing and teaching, I'm also, I guess you could say motivated speaker. I'm invited to a lot of churches to speak about my journey with chemo. I actually was blessed to have the best oncologists. I keep saying oncologists. And they told me things that I didn't realize that even with people who don't have chemo are able to relate to. One of the things they forbid me to do was to actually talk to regular cancer patients. They said they prefer for me to talk to survivors because they know the good and the bad and they came through.
Right.
And so sometimes when you sit and talk to someone who's at the same level you are, what good can you really,
Right.
or what
You might
positive-
just commiserate negative.
Right. And so that was one thing. I actually beat the odds, the type of cancer, I can't even pronounce it. They call it LMS for short, leiomyosarcoma. And I beat the odds. They gave me like 8%, take back 40% chance to live 5 years, which I passed 5 years ago.
That's
I've been
terrific.
on
Congratulations.
So,
Congratulations.
so glad, and you just look wonderful, and you're doing good work.
But going back to them, they specifically, I swear, I had a team. One was Jewish, one was Catholic, and one was Muslim. And they said, well, do you go to church? Like, yeah. They said, well, we want you to continue to go to church. All of them said the same thing. Go to wherever you
believe in?
worship, believe in.
Right.
Okay? They said, what else do you like to do? I said, I like to sing. I said, don't stop singing. What else you do? At that time, I was teaching full time, and then in the evenings, I was working with people with disability, with mental and physical disability. So I never stopped working. One of the things they said that when people stay home, when they're sick, if you stayed home, it make things worse, and you have
That's right. That's right. It's
better
true.
chance of making things go south.
Right.
And so I never really went home only to sleep, you know.
Yeah.
That
Necessities.
was,
Right.
you know, and there was a couple of times I left from chemo, and there were some days it was a 4-hour chemo treatment, and I would leave from there, hop in the cab, go to the airport, and go somewhere and sing. And people say, how did you do that? And the truth be told, most of the stuff that most people experienced on chemo, I didn't experience because I was so busy.
That's
Yes.
great.
You know, and
That must be key, really.
That is.
Right.
It's just like when these people that are out there in a depression. I tell them, get up, get dressed, show up.
Right.
Go somewhere.
Go
Just don't
some-
stay
Go to the
home.
Sons of Italy and meet a guy.
yes. Oh, what's the big Italian festival you have? Where it's all the food in Manhattan, Little
Sage
Italy?
and
So
Alpha.
that they didn't have that this year.
We had to cancel. It would be right on.
Yeah,
Right
is
now.
Hofstra
Yeah.
having the thing this year? or
No, nobody is.
Nothing.
Nobody is.
Because I was there
There's
last
nothing.
year. We had a great
Yeah,
time.
nobody is.
Michael Castaldo. You know Michael Castaldo.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he's a
Yeah.
friend of mine.
Wow.
And we did an olive oil event with him. It was great. great.
Yeah,
I love
he imports out.
Yeah, he's a great guy.
Yeah, that's right.
So you know I love Italian food.
Yeah.
One of my favorite places is Arthur Avenue up in Bronx.
Yes, we want to go there. We haven't been there in a long time.
Good food. But being I mentioned food, a lot of people to this day don't really believe I actually had cancer because I really never lost weight. Which was, and that's because one of the things, it sounds weird, they did not want me to just drink Boost or Ensure and say, okay, this is it for the day. So they said, we don't care how you do it, but you have to eat. And I did lose my taste, but
You ate.
I ate. Actually, they told me to find a buffet.
Is it really?
Yes, because the amount of money that I was spending
Right.
to cook food or find something to eat was more than going to a buffet.
That's
And
very
so
true.
actually, I don't know if I can mention, but it's a buffet. I'm not gonna
You
mention
do
the
that,
name.
it doesn't matter. It's
It's
Right?
it's called Flaming Grill out in Baldwin.
Okay.
And
Flaming
so
Grill.
what happened
Thank you,
was,
Flaming Grill, for taking care of her.
thank
Yeah,
you,
That's
really.
right.
And
Yeah.
so I would go there, and they had everything: Italian, American, Chinese, everything to this day. And I was able. The price was right, and it was coming out cheaper than
Right.
going to the store. And then,
Terrific.
and I gained weight. You look beautiful.
Hey, you know what a BBW is, right?
So what's that? Oh,
You don't know? Big beautiful woman.
oh, okay.
I write for that magazine.
Oh, you do?
We got to write a story about you.
Yeah.
That's it.
See, next time you go in, you're going to get something for free.
Yes.
Tell me, great.
Greg is going to take care of it.
I love Italian.
I
love Italian. I love Greek. I love.
Can I get a haircut? That'd be this the first thing I pay. No, it's okay.
Do women come to David?
Women that have pixie cuts.
Oh, like with the short look.
Yeah, exactly.
But regular, you can't get a blowout there? Can you get a?
No.
Oh, you can't get a blowout there. Really?
For men.
It's for
I
men.
know, but
No,
you know, I would come if I could get a blowout there.
I don't want to mention anything right now. Forget it.
No, I'm serious. I would because you probably it's a lot of fun. I look
She
like
just
women.
wants the men. I told you. Anything with men.
Still men there.
You see? She'll be
They're all
there.
handsome too. Let me tell you.
She'll be there. See what I'm talking
They're young,
about?
no,
You
they're
can't,
very
you
young.
can't
They
take her
are young.
anywhere.
They're very young.
Can we give a shout out to someone?
Yes,
absolutely.
please.
I would like to give a shout out. I consider him my god brother. His name is Pastor David Wright. He's the president and founder of Godfather Records, and he's over the New York Fellowship Mass Choir. And I have to mention him because the choir was so busy during the years that I was on chemo. I felt like I was on vacation more than working or
You loved
singing.
it. Mhm.
I loved it, and one of the things that the doctors did say, they believe that I overcame not having to do chemo because I was so busy singing. And so
That's wonderful.
I have to, if you're looking, Pastor David, I want to give you a shout
Pastor
out.
David, thank you too for taking
Yeah,
care of
that's
this
right.
lovely
That's
lady,
right. Now, what town do you live in?
I live in Flora Park,
which is where I grew up.
Okay.
but in the Nassau
Okay.
County version of
Okay.
Queens.
You're in the Queens. You're in the Queens side or the?
the Nassau County,
Nassau
I live
County,
right
okay.
By the
across from
library.
Long Island Railroad.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
By the library. That's where we met.
At the library, yes.
At a
That's
garage
right.
sale at the
Yeah.
library.
But, you know, the teachers are fantastic people. I'll tell you a story about teachers that happened yesterday. We went to a place called Fatfish in Bayshore.
Yes.
It's right on the water. It's beautiful. I expect a free lunch. And the person that we were with, she was a school teacher. And the waiter was wearing a mask. And she looks up, her name is Lynn. She looks up and says to him, "Is your name?" She gives his name. He must have been 35. She had him in the 3rd grade. Now, how do you
Wow.
remember
Because teachers are.
somebody
wonderful.
30 years, 25 years? She must have had thousands of students.
Wow.
She remembered him from his eyes. So remember your eyes.
That's
I
a
was
teacher.
Isn't that
flabbergasted.
something? Wow.
And it's so funny that you mentioned the thing about the teacher. I used to get in trouble by
Really?
other teachers because I was known for having the loudest classes. This was public school. I taught Catholic at Christian school. I always would try to treat my students the way my teachers taught me and treated me. Those that was too stern, they was too stern to the point that I was like, I want to learn from you. Not saying that everything has to be fun and games. With algebra, we learn rap songs and different formulas to music, had piano, drums, you name it. So people used to cut class, just even home class, just to hang out in my room. But to make a long story short, so a lot of teachers used to complain or whatever. I kept saying, you never know, one day you might need them. One time I was in the hospital, and this was like several years ago. I woke up to somebody saying, Miss Graham, it's me. Saw this nurse standing on top of me. Looked for me, but who are you? Said, you was my teacher. And she went back and she told me, she said, I want to be her nurse for the rest of the week.
Wow, that's a nice story.
Then, I promise this is the last one. I went on Facebook. This was several years ago. My brakes went out. And $500, $600, I said, I cannot afford that. So I said, do anybody know anything? One of my students hit me up. He said, I'm a mechanic now. He said, I'll fix it for free. This particular student was in special ed. And at my school, we used to do summer school. So he asked me, he said, is it possible, can I sit in on one of your classes? I asked the principal. She said, yes. He did such a fantastic job. Principal asked me, she said, what do you feel I should do with him? I said, I feel we should pull him out of special ed, put him on probation, but pull him out of special ed, and give him a chance to be in a regular class setting. Fast forward, that was 9th grade. Fast forward, when he graduated from 12th grade, he graduated as a valedictorian.
Wow.
That's great.
So it's like, it's so rewarding.
Well,
It
those
is.
are great stories, and you know what? That's all what life is to do. Give,
Yes.
you get.
That's it.
Give,
That's
you
it.
get.
Karma. I'm very big on karma. But before we end the show, I just have a couple of quick shout outs to Betty, Nick, Eleanor, John, Clemente, Laisha. Where are you? Denise. I didn't forget you, Denise. I love you. Norma, Janet, Nick, Frank, Mitch. I know I'm missing a few more. And Martin and Linda. Thank you again. And I'd like to thank our guests. You guys were great.
What a show.
You guys really were
terrific.
great.
All of you.
Don't forget Madman.
Madman.
Because I listen, I saw the show, and that's what I thought. That's where you got the name from, right?
Valentina,
But
do
it
you
was
mind
great.
if I
It
give
was
her
great.
this? I
You want to give that to
I
her?
want to
Okay.
give this to you.
See, he's passing the karma. I gave that to him. He's
I
giving
Just
it
need a
to
little.
you.
Just keep it with you at all times,
There
okay?
you go.
Saint Anthony is our family
That's
saint.
right.
It's got a lot of history in our
That's
family.
right.
So there you go, girl. You got so much
That's it.
karma.
That's
And
it.
all three of you are going to one of our sponsors. You're going to the spa.
You're gonna- Listen, you're gonna love this. You're definitely gonna
Okay?
love this.
There you go.
Definitely.
You're going to the spa. You're going to call it for an
That's
appointment,
right.
and you're going to say Valentina and Greg sent you. You will pay 1/3 the price of what you would pay normally.
Thank you
And
very
you
much.
have to go because it's amazing. Tranquility Spa.
So Tranquility Spa, and they're located 700 Franklin Avenue. They're great. Everybody's so sweet, kind. And Teddy from Oral Puro. Teddy and Christina, how are you guys? Matter of fact, I'm going to come by this week. I have to talk to you. And then we have Cericio Restaurant. Vinny, I will be there this week also. We'll
Yes,
be there this week.
we'll
I
be
promise.
there.
And, yeah.
We had an event there
Yeah.
the other night.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
Oh, we had a ball. I have to show the
Yeah.
pictures.
Okay, good.
Saturday
good.
night. was
And
great.
Rivers Cafe.
Coffee.
The coffee, that's another place. I always say you have the Italian coffee, you have Spanish coffee, you have Greek coffee, whatever, but their coffee and the coffee beans, it's super strong. I like that. I like everything strong. So I want to thank you guys. They're located at 304 Jericho Turnpike. Abigail, Gil, how are you?
Roberto.
So, and then we have, again, George, thank you again for coming on the show. He wrote a great book.
Stained
an
glass.
amazing stained glass, and that's why I got my little kaleidoscopes, because it looks, the book cover is just like, you know, when you're looking at a kaleidoscope, and that's the cover of his book.
It's called Stained Glass,
Yeah, it's
George
really nice,
Mizrahi.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
on
it's really, really nice.
Amazon.
It's on Amazon, yeah.
And let me tell you, it's a story about a little mafia family that's not true,
Get the book.
but it's great. And it's in Connecticut.
Get the
story
book.
happens in Connecticut.
That's
George
it.
and Teresa,
And
thank
Teresa,
you.
thank you. All right, guys, again, thank you everybody for being on the show, and it's a
It's a wrap.